Scientists claim we have a need for connection and belonging, which is innate and fundamental. The need is so strong, they say, the rejection by strangers, or even the mere threat of rejection, can hurt us not just mentally, but physically. On the other hand, our brain will reward us when our romantic relationships are satisfying. In fact, the specific area in which we receive those rewards is also associated with addiction to substances such as cocaine and heroin. This explains why the feelings we experience, particularly in the early stages of romantic love, such as cravings and dependence, have been linked to the symptoms a drug addict might display. Later stages of romantic love are often, but not always, less intense, and are more typically characterized by feelings of deep attachment. Unfortunately, the deeper we are attached to something or somebody, the stronger are our feelings if we are deprived of it or them. What this means is, as well as the social pain, those who feel rejected by people they're still in love with will often experience the same withdrawal symptoms, including loss of appetite, difficulty sleeping, and mild depression, as a drug addict who's been deprived of that something on which they too have come to depend. The first stage of the relationship withdrawal process, according to attachment theorists, is called the protest stage, which starts at the moment we try to stop them leaving and continues as their continued withdrawal from us prompts not only immense sadness, but that constant pursuit of the person we've lost, both in the real world and the world of our thoughts. In accordance with this theory, it has been suggested that the evolutionary function of the sadness you feel at times like these is to drive you towards the person you've lost, in the hope that you might reattach with them and return your world to the way it should be, at least in the opinion of the more primitive parts of your brain. It's this biological process that leads to the cravings you may well be experiencing right now, though you may see them as yearning or pining for the one you love. It also leads to the kinds of intrusive thoughts and obsessive behaviors that are not only characteristic of obsessive-compulsive disorders, but stereotypical of the recently rejected, regardless of gender and sexual preference. Indeed, when it comes to the withdrawal process, research suggests that the majority of us will handle it in exactly the same way, but that doesn't make it the best way, especially since, by the time they reach this point, many of those who are still pursuing their ex are not doing so because it's pleasurable, but because it offers some relief from the symptoms of withdrawal itself. This, too, is well known among drug addicts, for whom wanting their drug of choice becomes separated from the liking of it, yet the cravings continue to drive them and control them.